Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of Top 5 here on Press TV. The death toll of the Israeli attacks on the Gaza Strip has hit 195. Palestinian health officials say nearly 30% of the Gazans killed by Israel's airstrikes were women and children. Over 1,400 Palestinians have also been injured. In the latest attack, officials say an Israeli airstrike targeted a senior Hamas official's home. Since Tuesday, July 8th, Israeli warplanes have struck more than 1,300 targets across the blockaded territory. Palestinian medical sources say the number of fatalities has already exceeded the death toll of the 2012 Israeli aggression. Meanwhile, Israeli troops and tanks have been positioned on the border of Gaza for a possible ground invasion.
The Israeli army says it has so far launched more than 1,300 airstrikes on the Gaza Strip. Israeli attacks have so far destroyed or damaged more than 870 homes. 10 mosques have been hit in the Israeli assaults. Human rights groups say more than 75% of the victims are civilians. UN officials say more than a quarter of those killed are children. Some 17,000 people have been forced to flee their homes. Many Gazans are taking refuge in UN schools, which are also targeted by Israel. And 70,000 Palestinians have no access to electricity.
Well, let's discuss this further and go to Bluefield and talk to Colin Cavell, author and lecturer. Welcome, sir. Professor, first of all, tell us why is it that the international community has remained literally silent on what's going on in Gaza?
Hassan, Israel is trying to provoke the United States to get involved, just like they tried last September, along with Saudi Arabia, to get the United States involved in a war with Syria. Ostensibly, this is all retaliation for the killing of 3 kidnapped Israeli youths in early June. But this has long been premeditated by Netanyahu. He wants to make the statement that there can be no two-state solution, number one, and number two, he wants the U.S. to come to Israel's aid in this conflict and that way get the U.S. bogged down in a greater war in the Middle East.
And what do you think of Egypt's collaboration with Israel and of course not letting aid trickle into Gaza through the Rafah crossing?
Hassan, the Egyptian government, the coup d'etat that was put forward by al-Sisi and then the fake election that he put forward, they are a minority government. They are a U.S. Israeli supported government, and they're trying to bring back the old Egyptian brokerage of peace deals. But Hamas, the Palestinians, they understand that al-Sisi is nothing more than a tool of the United States and a tool of Israel, and they will not adhere to them only if it's in their own interest to do so.
And at the end of the day, do you think Hamas will be able to defeat Israel like it did in 2012?
Right now, Hamas is holding back. Given the amount of rockets it has fired from Gaza into Israel, and there has been no great barrage of rockets, militarily it indicates that they are holding back. So I think Israel is very cautious, particularly that they have called for Egypt to broker a ceasefire. So Israel knows that given the past experience a few years ago, they know that Hamas has probably been stockpiling a lot of missiles, a lot of rockets, and they don't want to push it too far. What they really want to do, what they're really trying to do, Hassan, is to bring the United States into this conflict.
All right, we'll leave it there for the time. Many thanks to Professor Colin Cavell, author and lecturer from Bluefield. Thanks for your time there, sir.